All right, Fightins fans, we are back for game 2 of this doubleheader against the Somerset Patriots. Emily Messina on the air with you at First Energy Stadium while the game is being played in Somerset, New Jersey at TD Bank Ballpark. This is a live remote broadcast where I am calling off of a monitor watching the game under the guise of whoever is running the cameras in Somerset. So I thank them for their efforts, and I have some baseball ambiance YouTube sound effects in the background to give you some thing to bolster my voice. And as we head into game 2 and the players are warming up here, I got some updated lineups for you guys and some pitching matchups on the mound for the Fightins. We'll see Francisco Morales. Morales struggling out of the gate. He's 0 for 4 with a 14.66 ERA in just 11 and 2/3 inning. Now the bright spot is his strikeout count with 18 strikeouts. So in 11 innings, he averages more than 1 per inning, almost 2 an inning. And his last appearance was his best so far. He went 3 innings, which is what the Phillies are holding him to, with 4 hits and just 1 earned run, striking out 6 and only walking 1. So hopefully he can bounce from that, carry the momentum here as he gets the start in game 2 of this doubleheader against Matt Crook of the Somerset Patriots. Crook, a lefty starter, gets the ball in game 2. He was selected in 2020 by the Yankees as part of the Rule 5 draft from the Rays. So those are your pitching matchups. We will take you through the lineups, but we are ready to get underway here in Somerset, New Jersey. Still hot, but the sun is finally starting to set, and Matt Crook throws down to Daniel Brito here. The first pitch of game number 2 is a strike. Brito switches into the designated hitter for this game, and we'll go over the defensive pitches just shortly. Here's the next offering by Crook. It's high. Left, right in the outfield for Somerset, Zenner, Beltre, and Polensky. Burt over at the hot corner switches spots with Dunn for this game. That hopefully doesn't get confusing to me. We see Christian Perez making his start here in Double-A after being sent to Somerset earlier this morning, and Garcia remaining over at first, with Lopez taking game 2 behind the plate instead of Sands. The count now 2-2 to Daniel Brito. Here's the offering. Chopped up the middle. Is it going to get by the second baseman, Perez? He makes it deep in the hole, and that will be out number 1 here in the first. The sun is a little bit wonky in the infield. It's shading about half of it, so the mound and the home plate area all in the shade, as is first base, but the rest of the field in the sun, which I know can get a little tough for those guys out there. We'll kind of note who chooses sunglasses and who's got the eye black on and such. But second is Bryson Stott as he heads up to the dish. We'll see what he can do against Crook here early on. Now, the Fightins did score first back in game number 1, but they ended up dropping the contest 7-2. See what they can do here in game number 2. The series now 4-1 in favor of Somerset. Bryson Stott takes a ball outside. And here's the next offering. He pops it foul. We see Matera starting this game behind the plate, and some other substitutions. Guthrie into the game, and Steven will sit this one out, as will Vierling, in favor of Stokes is in left, and Tatum will join us at third base. Guthrie playing second, while Brito the designated hitter. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Stott, and he'll go down swinging as he chases one way outside of the zone. It's 2 up and 2 down here for Matt Crook. He will face Jorge Bonifacio. The Fightins transition to their road grays. And Somerset, we finally see a different jersey from them. They keep their pinstripe pants on, but they have navy jerseys, Patriots across the front with navy hats, and the Patriot logo on the brim. Crook delivers, but it's a called strike to Bonifacio. The count 0-1. Bonifacio 1 for 2 with a solo shot, and he reached on an error by their third baseman. And he'll chase one low. He's down 0-2. Both teams used 3 pitches back in game number 1. And, of course, one more game tomorrow before both teams have an off day on Monday. So they're kind of free to work around here as Bonifacio goes down swinging. Crooks comes in and gets him down 1-2-3. We'll take a short break as we head into the bottom of the first inning. Stick around here on the broadcast.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightin's Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Customers Bank is a proud continued partner of the United Way of Berks County and the Ready, Set, Read initiative. Ready, Set, Read programs focus on improving literacy skills for children from birth through 3rd grade. The Fundamentals of Reading are a community-wide initiative that brings together schools, businesses, organizations, and individuals throughout our area to improve early grade reading success. Customers Bank and the United Way of Berks County are committed to reading success and urge you and your business to support this worthwhile initiative. For more information on Ready, Set, Read and how you can become involved, please visit readysetreadberks.org. And thank you, Customers Bank, for your continued support.
Into the bottom of the first we go very quickly. This is just a 7-inning contest in game 2 of the doubleheader. Fightins went down 1-2-3, but we'll see some action from Francisco Morales against the order for Somerset, Beltre, Garcia, and Lopez starting us off. Left to right in the outfield for the Fightins, Madison Stokes, Archimedes Gamboa, and Jorge Bonifacio. Tatum takes over at third. Stott and Guthrie, the middle infielders, Guthrie's first action of the day. And Miller remains at first. Matera getting the start behind the plate. Also shifting are the umpires. Tom West moves to crew chief, calling the balls and strikes. Biarretta over at first with Moore at third. And Morales is first offering a called strike, exactly the way that you want to start things off. And he sends one high for a ball. Phillies take a lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. Some offense by Bryce Harper. And Andrew McCutcheon's 3-run blast in the 4th puts the Phillies up 5-2 over the Nationals as that game is winding down. Beltre now fouling one off. Here's the 1-2 from Morales. He pops it foul into his shoulder and is all in foul territory, so he'll get to continue in this at-bat. Beltre 0 for 4 as the leadoff hitter with 3 strikeouts back in game 1. And this one coming inside, so the count moves 2-2. He hasn't been as dominant as you would like from your leadoff guy. He's got a couple of hits and a solo home run. but that's about it as he struggled to get on base. But he's fighting a battle here against Morales. The count's 2-2, and we're at the 7th pitch of the at-bat. The offering right down the middle, and Morales starts things off with a called strikeout. Now he's on to face Dermis Garcia. Morales out of Venezuela, just 21 years old here, the youngest player on the Fightin' Phil's AA roster, and he'll get Garcia to foul one back. Speaks very good English and Spanish, pretty good bilingually, though he's pretty shy about it, as some of the guys are. They're just, they feel like they're still learning the language. A lot of guys out of Venezuela are pretty good bilingual players, and they help the other Spanish-speaking players communicate, but they can get a little hesitant to take on interviews and things like that because they don't like to mess up the English. I think it's awesome that they speak 2 languages, and they shouldn't be embarrassed in the slightest. This one chapped to stat across the diamond, and they'll be 2 away. But some of them a little bit hesitant, and I can see why. If you get the wrong media reporter, that can be tough to deal with. But I've spoken to him, and he's pretty solid in both, and he works at it for sure. The sun definitely bothering the infield players. I can see Bryson Stott has the eye black all up and down, but he's also using his mitt to shade his eyes. And the first offering by Morales, it's a strike. Morales has struggled a lot to get out of the first inning. That's where he really has a tough time. 12.50 ERA coming into today. And if he's able to get out of the first cleanly, then he's able to continue that momentum as the breaking ball does not break far enough, and it comes across up top over the plate, so the count 1-1. Big guy up on the mound, 6'4", 220 they told me. The roster says 185. But I asked our strength and conditioning coach, and he was like, no way. So got to get some updated heights and weights on some of these guys. A lot of times minor league baseball updates it when they get drafted, and then they never change it again. And that's the information that I work with. So would love to be able to adjust that for the guys that care about it. It's 1-2, and he gets the strike 3 call to Lopez. 2 Ks for Morales, and he gets to sit down the Patriots 1-2-3. Great showing for the starter here early on. As we take a short break, we'll be back with the top of the second scoreless here at TD Bank Ballpark.
Gear up for the Fightin' Phil's season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phil's team store at First Energy Stadium, or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phil's hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selection of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading hot dog gear, plus throwback black R-Trains R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
The Reading Fightin' Phils, in conjunction with Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays, are proud to partner with the eXp Realty Group throughout the 2021 season. Visit their convenient website at brgpa.com. The custom search bar makes house hunting online easier than ever, and their talented team of agents is here to answer all your questions. Call them today at 610-926-8610. eXp Realty Group is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils at all 7 Savage 61 Fiesta Friday games during the 2021 season. eXp Realty Group, where every move matters.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs.
Heading into the top of the second inning, pretty evenly matched here. Emily Messina on the airwaves with you at First Energy Stadium as we talk about the Fightin Phils and Somerset Patriots at TD Bank Ballpark. Both pitchers sat down the opposing team 1-2-3. They both got 2 strikeouts and a ground out. So pretty evenly matched here, 0-0 as we get into the top of the second. Crook coming back out for another inning of work, 11 pitches, and he'll get a called strike to Nick Matera. Matera came in defensively back in the first game. He came in with Jonathan Hennigan to sub for Fitch. And he's getting the start here right now. Bigger crowd here at the ballpark. Pretty much jam-packed behind home plate here in game number 2 as a pitch inside to Matera. It's 1-1. Matera chasing one in the dirt. Looks a little frustrated that he swung through it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The righty stepping back in the batter's box. Crook adjusts his grip behind his back. Then he'll set up with glove at the waist, kicks and fires home. And he'll record his 3rd strikeout as Matera goes down swinging for out number 1 in the top of the second. Madison Stokes stepping up to the plate. Crook has a long history in professional baseball, even though he is on the younger side. And he's on to face Madison Stokes now. The pitch is outside for a ball. The Phillies end up beating the Nationals 5-2. Ranger Suarez gets the win. And a big home run by McCutchen to help them take the victory. The offering right down the middle, it evens 1-1. So Crook originally drafted by the Marlins back in 2013, but he failed the physical, so he didn't end up signing with the team, chose to go to play at the University of Oregon, so played college ball for about a year. Stokes fouling one back, was decently successful, but at the end of the season decided to undergo Tommy John surgery after his freshman year. And then he took a redshirt sophomore year to recover from it. Pitched in the Cape Cod League. And then the Yankees took him in 2020. Well, he was drafted by the Giants, excuse me. This is the long history, I'm telling you. So Stokes strikes out swinging. So he's drafted by the Giants. Then he was traded from the Giants to the Rays in a big trade for Evan Longoria. He was traded with Christian Arroyo, Denard Span, and Steven Woods for Longoria, who ends up being a pretty big name. So he's on the Rays, and then the Yankees scooped him up in that Rule 5 draft over this winter. So this is his first season affiliated with the Yankees. 2 outs now here in this ball game. Fightins have gone down swinging twice in a row. The last 4 batters that Crook has faced, he struck them out. But McCarthy Tatum in his first at-bat here, he'll ground out unassisted to first base, and that'll be it as Crook gets him down 1-2-3 again. And quickly, we're in the bottom of the second for Francisco Morales. We're going to take a short break. It is 0-0 all. Stick with me, fans.
What does it mean to bank locally with Tompkins? It means keeping your money in your community with a team of neighbors to guide you through big decisions and milestones. Plus all the convenience of our mobile app where you can manage your account, deposit checks remotely, send money to family and friends, even turn your card off if it gets misplaced, then back on when you find it. Ready to bank locally with the team at Tompkins? Visit Tompkins Vist Bank online or at a branch to get started. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Copa de la Diversión is an initiative of MILB which creates alternate identities for teams across the country wishing to better reach out to their Latino communities. The new identity represents more than a luchador. Luchar means to fight for, and luchador translates to fighter. But it also signifies a specific type of fighter, a masked wrestler. The mask logo pays tribute to some of the most notable elements of the city of Reading. Embodied in the luchador's masks is Reading's pagoda, surrounded by 23 sun rays representing the Latin American countries and Puerto Rico. Down the bridge of the nose is Reading's fire tower. Home plate serves as a luchador's mouth, with First Energy Stadium's facade creating the upper lip. Below the chin are train tracks, symbolic of the historic Reading Railroad. And along the side are baseball seams, a nod to Baseball Town's rich history. Fans can look forward to the R-Phils players suiting up in Los Luchadores de Reading caps and jerseys on specific games throughout the season.
Well, no one's on base yet for either team as everyone's been retired. 1, 2, 3. Morales coming back out for his second inning of work. He got the first down in 14 pitches, recording 2 strikeouts. Now he'll face the middle part of the lineup with Zenner, Gilliam, and Oliver Dunn. Gilliam transitions to the designated hitter in this game. Dunn, of course, hit a solo shot back in game 1, so he'll be one to watch here. Morales just low on the corner. It's a ball. Sun really starting to play a factor here in game number 2 as got kind of a sepia-toned view of the ballpark right now. He gets a big whiff out of Zenner. And it's now 1-1. Morales setting up on the first base side of the rubber. The righty steps back, then he kicks his front leg all the way behind him, rotates fast, and fires home for power for a called strike. Wish I had the radar gun here for you guys. He's definitely throwing some heat right now. Takes a huge deep breath and then sends one home. It just misses inside, and it's 2-2. Now Morales wearing one of those tight spandexy long-sleeved, there's definitely a better word for it, under his jersey, which I'm sure he probably likes that compression for his arms as Zenner chases one in the dirt. That's a third K for Morales as he sits 4 straight. And I'm sure that's gotta be hot on a 90+ degree day at the ballpark. Most of these guys with short sleeve jerseys on, no undershirt underneath today. A couple guys have like the one compression sleeve, but he's got the entire shirt on. So now he'll face Gilliam, sends the first one outside. Beautiful day to attend a baseball game. Slight breeze coming on now. As the sun starts to set, I'm sure it'll be a little bit cooler. And the offering by Morales hits the same spot. It's outside. Here's the 2-0. He chops it. It's going to get to Miller deep in the hole at first. He'll pick it up and run on to first, making the play unassisted, and that's 2 away here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up Oliver Dunn. Dunn shifting to short while Burt moves to third. And Morales fires home. It's unloaded on up in the air with the sun in his eyes. Bryson Stott makes a couple steps back into shallow center field and makes the play. Another 1-2-3 inning for Francisco Morales as we head to the top of the third inning. The Fightin's opportunity to get up to the plate once again.
Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to a ball game every Sunday home game at First Energy Stadium. Sundays are Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Classic Harley-Davidson. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $50 when purchased in advance. Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long here at First Energy Stadium. The Fightins feature special post-game concerts throughout the entire season with more live music than anywhere else in Berks County. Each post-game concert features $1 off St. Boniface Brewing and live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's post-game concerts thanks to St. Boniface Brewing. From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Scoreless as we head into the top of the third, and hitless as well, as both starters have been absolutely perfect. Morales with 3 strikeouts, Crook with 4. And as we head into the top of the third, we will see Gamboa, Miller, and Guthrie. Now they keep showing me Somerset's mascot. It's not a Patriot. I have no idea what it is. And I've been meaning to look it up, and I have not. So I'm going to text their broadcaster right now. If anyone knows, please comment. It looks like a dog-bear mix, perhaps. It's gray and fluffy. It has whiskers, though, as Gamboa takes a ball outside. Certainly not a Patriot, though. It's a dog. Sparky the dog, LOL. I don't know what the significance of it is, so I'm going to have to look that up as Gamboa comes up short in the swing and miss. I found a good significance of it. Here's the 2-1 to Gamboa. It's a called strike, and it evens 2-2. Sparky is named after Sparky Lyle, which was a former Yankee great who was the manager for 15 seasons in Somerset. Their first 15 seasons ever. So that's a nice tribute there. Sparky the dog out in Somerset. Doesn't really compare to Screwball or the Crazy Hot Dog Vendor personally, but that is just my opinion. And the count now to Gamboa, it's 3-2. What will he do with this? The payoff pitch, and it's a walk. So the first base runner has advanced, and Crook no longer perfect here, although still hitless in the top of the third. The Fightins have a base runner to start things off. Crook now to face Miller. Miller 0 for 3 in game 1, what was dominant in yesterday night's game. And he'll take a first pitch low. He's quite a fan base on the internet. I don't think there's a ton of professional athletes out of Indiana. And he seems to get a lot of support from his hometown, Muncie. And Crook checking on Gamboa at first, but he's back in time. And the offering to Miller, it's a called strike. So he evens the count 1-1. Runner on first with nobody out in the top of the third. We're scoreless at Somerset. And it's outside, a good snag by Lopez behind the plate to keep that ball from getting by him. You know, Gamboa for sure running. "18 walks on the season for Archimedes. And chopping it back into his shin is Miller, and he's trying to walk it off now. Tell that one hit him. But he's stretching it out, and he's getting back into the first base box with a 2-2 count. Fans out in droves for Game 2 in TD Bank Ballpark. And again, Crook checks on Gamboa, but not taking too much of a lead as he's able to get back safely. Miller still ready at the plate. The lefty Crook sets up, fires. It's a slow rolling chopper. Dunn only going to get one as he chooses to go across the diamond and gets Miller, but Gamboa advancing to scoring position now with one away. And Miller, although doesn't get the exact job done, certainly helpful, more so than a strikeout, is the runner now in scoring position for Dalton Guthrie. Guthrie with a wide stance in the first base batter's box. Bat on his shoulder, Gamboa looking to go. Guthrie swings and misses on the first pitch he sees. Interesting fact about Dalton Guthrie, he is not a coffee drinker at all, which is surprising. Caffeine-free lifestyle. Matt Vierling, I spoke to him. He does drink coffee with some cream. Not sure about the opinions of the other players, though I assume most people in the mid-20 age range, usually coffee drinkers, myself included. So now a 1-1 count to Guthrie with Gamboa on second, only one away. Looking back is Kruk. Now he'll go home, and it's inside to Guthrie. They're racking him up in pitches here in the top of the third. He's at 35, and definitely a different kind of inning than the past two, where he got them down 1-2-3. Now he's going to have to fight for it. And he'll foul one back, so it evens 2-2. This is Crook's second time pitching in Game 2 of a doubleheader. He was scoreless in that appearance, going 3 innings. He's only had one other scoreless outing, where he went 5 innings, but he really ranges. Not consistent in his innings. Longest outing, 95 pitches, though, as Guthrie pulls one foul, and the count remains 2-2. A nice grab by a fan to take home a souvenir. Now he sets up, kicks and fires with the 2-2. Guthrie chases it. It's a drop third strike. Picking it up and sending it on to first is Lopez. And that'll do the job for Guthrie. 2 outs now for Daniel Brito. Brito snapped his hit streak and his on-base streak in the last game. He went up to 9, but failed to reach successfully in game number 1. So we'll start all over here in game number 2. This is his second appearance, grounded out back in the first. but has been impressive with runners in scoring position, as Gamboa still remains on second and with 2 away. Fightin's looking to strike first. Crook sends one high in the strike zone, and it's 1-0. It's another ball to Brito. The highest level that Crook has ever pitched at was AA. This is his first time with the Somerset Patriots, of course. He pitched AA, though, when he was with Tampa Bay back for the Montgomery Biscuits. And here's the 2-0. It's chopped up the middle. Is Perez able to make the play deep in the hole? Yes, he is. So that will retire the Fightin' Phils. They strand a runner on in the top of the third. We're heading into the bottom half, still scoreless for Francisco Morales.
From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable quality hauling, disposal, and recycling service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Hispanic and Latino culture during 7 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61's Fiesta Fridays, presented by Alex Patanzas of eXp Realty, Humane Pennsylvania, Supportive Concepts for Families, Children's Home of Reading, and Mao Beer. Fiesta Fridays features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural events throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL or visiting us at the Weidenhammer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
Into the bottom of the third we go. Morales to face the bottom 3 of the order with Burt, Polensky, and Perez. Notched 3 strikeouts so far. Let's see what he can do. As his first offering now to Burt, chases it foul. If you can hear some loud rumbling overhead, it is because it is the 30th annual World War II weekend here at First Energy Stadium, and Morales sends a called strike right down the middle. So there's a lot of flyovers going with those 1944 old school planes, and a lot of, I don't know if you call them fans, come out to reenact World War II here. And of course the Mid-Atlantic Air Museum right around the corner here. So a lot of informational stuff being going on as it's chopped to the third baseman Tatum across the diamond, and they'll get him in time. Although I will say Burt really hustled down the line. And now Aaron Polensky stepping up to bat. So of course there is, Friday was the arrival day. Aircrafts were coming throughout the day, and we could really see them as during the Governor Mifflin graduation, a very special moment happened actually at the ballpark where a young lady was talking about all of the young men and women graduating that would be enlisting in the military, herself included, and a vintage plane flew overhead, and they got that on camera. It was a really humbling moment, I think, for everyone in the ballpark, just to recognize the significance of it. Polensky sent 2 balls by MacArthur. And you can make that 3 as he falls behind 3-0. Good framing there by Matera to try to bring it back up in the strike zone, but was not able to. There's also an opportunity to speak with World War II veteran special guests, which I think would be a really cool experience to get those first-person accounts. And Morales walks Polensky, so now both teams will slip away from that perfect game. And they both walk a batter, though there's one out here in the 3rd for Christian Perez. Perez, of course, was just transferred to Somerset this morning, and he'll take a called strike at the knees. He was at Scranton Wilkes-Barre to start off the season. He hits 172, which is 5 RBIs in 12 games. But he began the season with High A Hudson Valley, so I guess they were just kind of using him when they needed him with all the injuries and the Yankees' COVID situation. So they sent him all the way up to fill in, and now they're just... Technically, this is a promotion here. Although he's coming from AAA, he's technically being promoted to High A. The count now, 1-1. Morales sends a ball outside. Titans are set up for a great double play here if they're able to execute it. Stott has been perfect over at short. But Polensky at first, still scoreless here in the bottom of the 3rd. Morales sends one down. It's fouled off into the stands, and he'll even the count 2-2. Perez was actually signed by the Royals as a minor league free agent back in 2015. And then he was traded to New York in 2019 for Chance Adams, the right-hander. Morales goes for the pickoff attempt, but it is high. Great stop by Miller to not let him get away from it. And now the 2-2, way high, and it's 3-2. It's a full count. Now the payoff pitch from Morales, swing and a miss, some high heat, and he gets Perez. And that'll be the 4th strikeout for Morales. And now there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Morales looking to shut them down. He'll face off against Beltre. And looks like Morales is going to go over to first with the pickoff attempt. But there's nothing there. Just trying to make sure that Polensky knows he's paying attention. And he comes home now. All of these Somerset batters are really late to Morales' pitches, and that's why we're getting so many foul balls. just off the tip of the bat. And to me, that means he's throwing pretty high velocity that they're not ready for. Can't obviously tell that without a radar gun. Beltre sending it into deep center field. It's going to bounce off the wall. It's being chased after by Stokes. Coming around to third is Polensky. Oh, is that Beltre? That would be an impressive triple. I think it is. I don't get all these angles here. And that is going to be Beltre that's at third with a triple. So Polensky able to score, and Somerset leads 1-0 here in the third. That was a tough triple. It hit the top of the wall, and nobody was able to get to it. It was right between Stokes and Gamboa, and then it took a bad bounce off the wall. That is Beltre's third triple. And on the first pitch, Garcia pops it up in shallow right center. It's going to be Bonifacio who makes the grab, but not before Somerset starts off the scoring. A triple from Beltre plates Polensky, and they lead 1-0 as we head into the fourth.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Top of the fourth we go. Somerset tacking on a run. They lead 1-0 here in the fourth. Emily Messina on the airwaves here with you, live from First Energy Stadium, calling remotely the game that's being played at TD Bank Ballpark. Here at First Energy Stadium, our groundskeeper working tirelessly to keep the field in tip-top shape for our players after these many extra events. Right now, first he mowed, and now I can see him fertilizing the field. He has been consistently awarded top field in Double-A and in minor league baseball as Bryson Stott takes 2 straight balls. And I have to say, looks pretty good out there myself, but I think it could use a little break from all these events, and it'll have some action tomorrow night with a dance recital and then an off day on Monday. Here's the 2-0 from Crook, and it's a called strike at the top of the zone, just at the lettering on the jerseys. 2-1 now to Stott. The Fightins had a runner on. Gamboa walked in the third, but they weren't able to get him across, and they have yet to record a hit. And Stott swings at a fastball that's way inside, and it's foul. Stott recording his first hit in Double-A back in Game 1. An interesting first hit, as he hit it deep in the hole at short, and the throw was late over to first, so still counts as a hit, and he recorded his first stolen base and first run scored as he strikes out swinging here for the first out in the top of the 4th. That's the 6th strikeout for Crook. His 2021 high is 7 strikeouts, and I think he did that in 5 innings pitched. Back on the 18th against Hartford. He's already got 6 right now in the 4th, but he's up in 45 pitches, and he faces Bonifacio. It's a ball. A little upset with that call, I think, by Tom West. He thought that was just on the inside line there. Bonifacio takes a timeout, and now he's stretching over by the plate. And the 1-0 outside this time. It's 2-0. And he swings at a pitch on the inside and doesn't make contact. Here's the 2-1, it's outside, and it's 3-1. I think Bonifacio was very pleased to see the changes to minor league baseball from back when he was a minor leaguer. I know that it's definitely growing to be a better place for young players, but we're still not completely there yet. And they're trying to help out these young guys who aren't making a lot of money and, are moving around all the time, have an easier go at things. I know a big change these past few years was been the nutrition for these guys. Now they have a catering company that individually packages the meals for these players in accordance with the Phillies nutritionist, and Bonifacio will go down swinging for out number 2. So they all get these individual meals. They do lunch and dinner every time they're at the ballpark for both the home and visiting team. They're really good meals, very healthy but filling at the same time. They've well-rounded diet, and of course lots of protein snacks and yogurts and things like that in the clubhouse. Lots of fruits, always option for fruit, bananas, and individually packaged stuff. Really nice situation, and Bonifacio commented that he really appreciated it. I think the Phillies have it better than most teams. I think something came out the other day about the Oakland A's minor leaguers not being given very good meal options, and that's something that the team is supposed to provide. Your parent club is supposed to provide. I'm not sure what the food is like for the Fightins on the road, because the visiting team provides it for you when you're there. So 2 balls and now 1 strike as Matera swings and misses. It's usually like a meat, vegetable, and protein at every meal, and a side of fruit. But of course, outside of what you eat in the ballpark, it's kind of free reign, so Phillies can control as much of the nutrition they want in the ballpark. But if the guys are going to get Chick-fil-A, they're going to get Chick-fil-A. As it comes in inside. 3-1 to Matera with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Fightins trail by just a run. chopped foul, and it's a full count now. The housing situation I know has been a problem for a lot of minor leaguers as well. It's tough. It's such a short turnaround time, I think, can be the hardest thing, because you get in and you are awarded 3 days at a hotel from your parent club while you figure out, an apartment, luckily, or a house situation if that's the way you're going to go. The 3-2 is inside, so it's a walk, and Matera will reach first with 2 away for Madison Stokes. I know the Fightins work with some of the leasing offices around here to help coordinate for their players since it's such a short turnaround time, and it was tough, I know, in Reading because they only spent a week at home before 2 on the road, so that can be a difficult situation. But I know a lot of the guys that had been here before helped the guys that weren't, and they split off into a couple different houses and apartments in and around Reading, and I know they got the situation figured out as well as Stokes swings and misses. But it can be tough if you're one of those guys that moves around a lot within an organization to find a spot. But usually, like, if a guy moves up and someone else is coming up from below, then they'll just take their spot. We're lucky here in Reading that we have a lot of opportunities as Stokes lines directly into Oliver Dunn's glove at short, and that'll do it as the Fightins strand a runner on first in the top of the 4th. We'll take a short break as we head into the bottom half, where we will continue our conversation about minor league housing.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned, full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on all the great work that ROG Orthodontics provides. ROG Orthodontics and the Reading Fightin Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Bottom of the 4th we go. Somerset still leading 1-0 after a triple from Beltre plated their only run today, and that is the only hit as well on either side, as it's been quite the pitcher's duel here at TD Bank Ballpark. So we're in the bottom of the 4th inning. I believe Morales will come back out, but don't have the vantage point of the field yet. They're just showing me the crowd up the third baseline. It's about half full, I would say. And it is Morales coming back with 40 pitches here for the bottom of the 4th. He'll face Lopez, and it is a ball. If Morales gets 1 out here, it'll be the longest appearance, as 3 innings is his longest thus far. And Lopez sends one high in the sky. It's going to stay in foul territory. Matera coming over, but it's out of the field of play. And nothing he can do about it as a fan. Oh, gives it to a kid. Very kind. Love to see that. And so 1-1 the count right now. The pitch comes in outside, and you make it 2-1. So I know there was a big situation, continuing our conversation about housing in Myrtle Beach, because in a town like that where you're in a really big visiting town for the summer, and it's 3-1 now, where there's a lot of tourists and travelers coming to the beach, so the players could not find housing at all, and no one was helping them out with it. So they've been staying in a hotel, which can get pretty expensive for minor league players who are not making a lot of money. Of course, it's a discounted rate. I know that the team is, at least in the Fightin system, they're able to get a discounted rate if they want to go with that options, because sometimes, you know, a rehabber or someone will want to go and stay there if someone's visiting. And the count now moves to 3-2 as Lopez fouls one off. But the Pelicans didn't have any other choice because of how busy the beach town was. And so they've been staying in a hotel, and when they went on a road trip, they came back late on a Sunday night as Lopez sends it all the way into center field, and it's 4-0-2 out to center. It bounces off the wall, and he comes in for a double. The great throw there from Gamboa to covering Guthrie. The tag was just shy. Let's watch this replay. Deep to center field. Bounces off of the batter's eye. And the throw from Gamboa just too far to the third base side of second. If he had shaded it just a couple feet in the other direction, that would have been an out easily. But it's not, and Lopez reaches on a double. And with nobody out, they are threatening and scoring position here. So the Pelicans came back from the night on the road, and there was no room left at any of the hotels because of vacationers. And so a lot of them were forced to stay in the clubhouse, which is terrible, and you can't really expect, the Cubs can't really expect them to play very well. The ball gets by Matera, but staying at second is Lopez. The Cubs can't expect their minor leaguers to play very well if, you know, they're not in good conditions. And they don't cover that cost. And the Pelicans were, you know, pretty horrified at that situation when they found out. So they covered the cost for the minor leaguers then. I'm not sure how the situation has fleshed out since then. But it's tough goings for these guys. I know it seems like a lot of glory. And that might be for more of the guys that sign for $1 million or even, you know, tens of thousands, but for the guys that just sign and aren't drafted, they really might not have a lot to their name, and it can be tough going if the parent club really doesn't provide for them, because minor league teams are really run a small business. They're run as small businesses. So 2 balls and 1 strike now to Zenner, and he'll take a breaking ball that just doesn't break enough, and it's 3-1 here. Nobody out for Morales. This is about the 51st pitch he's going to throw. But the Phillies have done a better job of trying to treat their minor leaguers well. I know organizations like the Orioles, a called strike, a perfect strike on the corner of the plate to make it full, have provided housing for all of their minor leaguers across the board, which I think is pretty stellar, and I think that's the direction that it's trending, especially with how vocal these players can be on social media. When that kind of thing takes off, it's not a very good look for your parent club. And the payoff pitch, it's in the dirt, so heading to first is Zenner. 2 on and nobody out here as Somerset leads 1-0. They're threatening. Morales picking up the rosin bag, and he'll dust it off. Kicks and fires. It's inside. A good block there by Matera. Runners would have definitely advanced if it got away from him. Two on, nobody out. And Morales looks back at Lopez. Instead, he goes home. It's high. Matera really keeping an eye on him as he's well off second. I think the infielders might have a shift on with this lefty, Gilliam. They typically do with lefties, but I'm not entirely sure. Can't see the whole field. And the offering from Morales now is way inside. It's 3-0. He seemed to have lost the command here, and now we'll see Matera coming out, just trying to get him back on track. You know, trust your stuff, and they'll go over a game plan, as it's just the two of them. And now they're on the same page here, as Morales digging into the mound. Runner on first and second for the Patriots, with nobody out, and a base is open, but obviously not ideal to load them with no outs. 3 balls and no strikes to Gilliam. And the offering, it's inside, so he does load them on a 4-pitch walk. 2 straight walks now for Morales, and jogging down to first is Gilliam. Oliver Dunn will be the next batter up for the Patriots. And it does look like there's going to be some sort of mound visit, as I saw Matera called time. And they're not showing me the mound visit, they're showing me the batter. And Bergeson coming out to talk to Morales, so they're going to give him an opportunity to get through this. Looks toasty out there on the mound. Morales covering his mouth with his glove as he receives instruction from Bergeson. And as Matera sits back behind the plate, a fresh count here to Oliver Dunn with the bases loaded and nobody out for Morales. And the first offering, good frame by Matera, but it's just outside. He doesn't get the call he's looking for. Somerset leading 1-0 now. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Things were moving pretty swiftly up until this point. And here's the 1-0. The same part of the plate, and it's still a ball there, according to West. Bases loaded here with nobody out. Here's the 2-0 from Morales. He gets a chopper, and I guess it bounced foul, because it stayed fair, but it must have bounced foul at one point. So he'll get the first strike in a couple of pitches. There is someone warming up. Is it Zach Warren? It is Zach Warren out there in the bullpen. And sending it deep to center field is done. It is going to bounce off the wall as Gamboa chases after it. He throws it back in, the cutoff man Bryson Stott, and he'll hold on to it as I think 2 runs score for Somerset, and Dunn making it all the way to second, maybe 3 runs to be honest, I think. I think it's a bases clearing double. And it is a bases clearing double, so now Somerset up 4-0 with nobody out in the bottom of the 4th. Here's Max Burt now. And let's see if Morales can hang in here. He looks back at the runner. Now he's going to go home. And it is a swinging strike from Max Burt. The next pitch, a ball in the dirt, so the count evens at 1. And here is the 1-1 now from Morales. It's a swinging strike. Time is called as Burt steps out of the batter's box. We will see if he can get things moving. 4-0 Somerset here in the bottom of the 4th. We're still looking for our first out. Morales taking a deep breath. Now the righty deals and it's outside. Burt wanted to go there, but he held off. And it worked out in his favor as it's 2-2. Going is done, and the throw by Matera is not in time. Good covering there by Tatum, and so Somerset advances their runner to third. That's Dunn's first stolen base of the season. And it was a great throw. I think he's out on the replay there. Great throw from Matera. Perfectly placed on the right side of the bag, just where the runner was sliding, and maybe he was able to get his foot in there. But it was a close play. Matera's been stellar behind the plate. Here's Max Burt. Struck out swinging, so there is one away now. As Burt struck out on that stolen base, and they didn't get the strike him out, throw him out, but they got the strike him out part. So one away now for Morales, and Aaron Polensky up to bat. Polensky takes a first pitch ball, and the 1-0 is high, 2-0. Morales now successfully eclipses his longest outing, which was 3 innings. He's at 3 1/3 right now. He's on 68 pitches, so I wouldn't imagine they'll let him go much longer just based on that. He's faced 16 batters. But he gets a strike now from Polensky. And it's 1-2. Morales, one of those guys that keeps his glove at his face. Now he brings it down to his chest. And he'll kick his left leg. Sending it high in the sky, but it's going foul is Polensky, and the count evens 2-2. One takes a big hop into the hands of a fan in the grandstand. And here's the 2-2 now from Morales. He doesn't get the call at the corner. So it's a full count now. Somerset leading 4-0 after scoring 3 so far in this half. There is one away, but there's a runner on third, Oliver Dunn. And here's the payoff pitch from Morales. Chasing it is Polensky, and he'll get the strikeout. 6 Ks on the afternoon for Morales. And he's into the number 9 hitter with Christian Perez. He's matched his season high of 6 strikeouts, but it looks like the day is going to be done. He's not going to face another batter as Sean Williams comes and takes the ball for Morales. We're going to take a short break while we find out with this pitching change.
Unlike any other area at First Energy Stadium, the Stadium 61 Dugout Suite puts you at the closest seat to the action on field, located just feet away from the diamond on the first base side. With covered seating, ability and motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around, your group will thank you over and over again for a one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the Dugout Suite are $27 and include options to add food or drink packages. For the first time ever, the Reading Fightin' Phils are pleased to present you their classic game program all electronically. This program has information on the coaching staff, player rosters, and front office staff. It also includes featured stories and alumni reports, all on the favorite guys who spent their time in baseball town. Visit ourphils.com/programs to check it out.
Purchase a bank of tickets to be used throughout the Fightin' Phils season. The Flex Bank lets you use the number of tickets you need when you need them. You will have an online Flex Bank account which allows you to use your bank of tickets or vouchers to redeem for game tickets whenever you need them. You can also reserve your game tickets from your Flex Bank by contacting the ticket office or redeeming in person at the stadium. Visit ourphils.com or call the office at 610-370-BALL for more information about the Flex Bank ticket packages and all the exciting ways you can get tickets to a First Energy Stadium game.
Well, we're trying to get out of the fourth here. Morales' day is done into the game. Zach Warren, on 11 appearances, he's done 12 and 2/3 innings of work. He's got 20 strikeouts compared to just 10 walks, and he's held opponents to a 191 batting average. He's been one of the top consistent relievers for the Fightins. I believe 20 strikeouts is a team high, although Lindau might have eclipsed that in Game 1 start. I believe he would have because they went into the day tied. So we'll get some new numbers for you there. And Warren comes in for Morales. He's responsible for a runner on third, so his line is not closed, but there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. And Warren would like to get out of this without any more runs. For Somerset, he'll face off Christian Perez, and the first pitch is a ball. The next offering also outside. Done on third after doubling and stealing a bag. And here's the 2-0 from Warren. It misses again way inside, and it's 3-0. Couple of bases open here if Warren needs be, but he'll be back to the top of the order then. And the 3-0, it misses, so 4 pitches from Warren, 4 balls, and heading to first is Christian Perez. So 2 on here. Runners on the corners now with 2 outs, and Beltre heading up. He had that RBI triple back in the third that started the run scoring for the Patriots. And his first offering is outside, so 5 straight balls now from Warren. But this time it's a lefty-lefty matchup. And he gets Perez to chase. Or Beltre, excuse me. Perez is on first. So it's 1-1. And the offering, he chases again, same spot. And it's 1-2 to Beltre now. Runners on the corners here, 2 outs. Somerset leading 4-0 here as we're stuck in the bottom of the 4th. This one bounces in, and Matera able to pick it up, but kind of a defensive indifference as Christian Perez takes second. So 2 runners now in scoring position. The shift is on for Beltre as Stott is shaded to the right of second base. So just Tatum over on the left side of the infield. And Warren now with the 2-2, he'll miss outside. And here's the full count pitch. It's lined into right field. Charging is Bonifacio. It'll bounce in front of him. And coming around and scoring is Dunn, of course. And I don't even know why they wouldn't show run scoring, to be honest. And I've got to believe that Perez scored as well because he was on second. So I'm going to say it is 6-0. And yes, Perez did score, so it's 6-0 as Beltre notches 2 more RBIs on his single, a liner to right. And now it's the last batter of their lineup that hasn't batted yet. It's Jermis Garcia. They'll check on the runner. Not sure the runner's quite the problem here. And chopping it foul is Garcia. Beltre wanted to head to second, but he's going to have to return back because it was fouled off. And after the swinging strike and the foul ball, it's 0-2 to Garcia. Warren sets up the lefty, kicks and fires home. And it is upstairs, it's a ball. Jumping to his feet is Matera, but Beltre gonna stay put at first. And working slowly now is Warren. He'll look over at first, he'll come home, and it's again in the dirt. Good stop by Matera. So we're 2-2. Here's the count from Warren, and he gets the strike 3 call. He's off the mound before he even gets the call from West, and that will end the inning as Somerset bats around their lineup. They record 3 hits, they score 5 runs, and they leave a runner on first. As we head into the top of the 5th, the Fightins trail 6-0.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro and Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro and Sons, ready to serve you.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin Phils.
Well, top of the fifth we go. The Fightins trail by 6. And Matt Crook's still coming out to pitch. McCarthy Tatum up at the bat. He'll take a ball and swing through a strike. The third offering coming in, it's inside, so it moves to 2-1. The line does end up closing on Morales. 3 2/3, 3 hits, 5 runs, both of them earned, 3 walks, and 6 Ks. Definitely some highlights there in that outing, though, as he went the first 2 innings sitting down. Somerset 1-2-3. Longest outing is 3 2/3 now, and of course tapping or right alongside his previous game high 6 strikeouts. Tatum fouls one up the left field line, and the count moves to 2-2. Sun is starting to set at TD Bank Ballpark, and offering is Crook, and it brings up Tatum, and he is unhappy about the way that at-bat went, but he'll be sent back into the dugout by Crook, his 8th strikeout, and Gamboa now heading up to bat. Gamboa chopping the first pitch he sees, fielded by Sean Williams in the third base's coach's box. Top of the 5th. This is only a 7-inning contest as it's game 2 of the doubleheader. And they're down 6-0. It's inside for a ball, and it evens 1-1. Taking a deep breath is Crook. Now he'll come home, and it's up high as Gamboa lays off. Gamboa walking and stealing back in the third. He's been just one of 2 base runners that the Fightins have had. He'll take a called strike. He checks his swing, but it doesn't quite matter as the count moves to 2-2. Back in the first game, Gamboa went 0 for 3. And the Fightins have yet to record a hit in this contest. Gamboa lofting it. Is it going to drop? No. On the run, Zenner makes the catch out in left. And I thought for a second it was going to drop. I got excited, but it doesn't. And there's 2 outs now in the top of the 5th. As I would say, since this is just a 7-inning game, and we're more than halfway through right now, Kruk is no-hitting RT. And maybe if I say it a bunch of times, the situation will change. If you believe in that kind of thing, I don't know if I do. I have to give you guys the truth and the real information. But Fightin still have gotten on twice with 2 walks, so Luke Miller now has the opportunity. He'll take a ball outside. Here's the 1-0. He fouls it. They're still out there fertilizing the field. He's gone across it a lot of times. Nice to have some company at the ballpark right now. And here's the 1-1. Miller chases one way outside, and he's sent to his knees. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. The Fightins trail by 6, and they're down to their last out here in the top half. We'll see if Miller can fight this at bat, and he'll take a ball downstairs. So it's 2-2. .73 pitches for Kruk. And here's the 2-2. Miller sends it into the glove of Dunn at short across the diamond, and they'll be sat down 1, 2, 3. Here in the top of the 5th, we'll take a short break as we come back for the bottom half. See if Warren comes back out for the Fightins on the mound.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Humane Pennsylvania throughout the 2021 season. Humane Pennsylvania is the region's premier leader in animal welfare and empowers the people in our communities to increase their capacity to care for animals so that all animals are safe, healthy, and treated humanely. Humane Pennsylvania is proud to be a Fiesta Friday and Bark in the Park sponsor. Learn more about Humane Pennsylvania and how you can help build the best community anywhere to be an animal by visiting humanepa.org.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
And it is Warren who comes back out for the bottom of the fifth on the first pitch, sending it right to Gamboa, who makes a leaping grab. And quickly, Lopez retired. Nice defensive play there by Gamboa, who was on the run towards left field and made the jump. And now Zach Zenner. Warren came in to try to get the last out back in the fourth. And after allowing a single, an RBI single, he did end up retiring the side. So here he is for another inning of work. His first offering to Zenner, a swinging strike, and his second one, a called strike at the knees. Lights are on at TD Bank Ballpark, and they would be on too here in Reading as the sun has fully set, and it's starting to get dark at the ballpark. The 0-2, he gets him. Zenner way behind that fastball right down the middle from Warren, and it's 2 up, 2 out for the Somerset Patriots. And Isaiah Gilliam now up at the plate. The first offering a tie. 1-0. And it is sent foul, roped up the third baseline. In his last appearance, Warren just went a third of an inning, allowing a hit and an earned run. But he's got a 67% scoreless appearance percentage. Not today, though. Although I'm not sure, he might not be. No, he'll be credited for the one. So 1 so far today. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And we'll see if he can get the side as he gets Gilliam to foul it back, so he'll stay alive. Warren was a non-roster invitee to spring training this year, so he did spend time out with the taxi squad as well. There is someone warming up in the bullpen for the Patriots, so I'm not sure if they're not going to let Crook try to finish this one. And Warren getting the job done as he strikes out Gilliam to retire the Patriots down in order and gives the Fightins back the opportunity to score some runs. We'll take a short break. They trail 6-0 as we head into the top of the 6th.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Mao Beer throughout the 2021 season. Mao Beer and Mao Cinco Estrellas Lager, which is available in the Stadium Plaza Bar, has 128 amazing years of brewing history. Founded in 1890 in Spain, Mao Beer has always been there to satisfy the most demanding taste buds. Make sure to pick up Mao Beer and Mao Cinco Estrellas Lager at First Energy Stadium at our Plaza Bar throughout the 2021 season and at your local retailer. Mao Beer is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils and all 2021 Fiesta Friday celebration games. Mao Beer, the 5-star taste and the quintessential beer from Madrid. Please drink responsibly.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly, professional staff members are available to answer your questions and listen to your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership at Pottsville Pike today. Fastball, curveball, slider, it's the pitcher's grips that make the difference. And when it comes to cornering, braking, and traction, CJ's Tires and Automotives can improve your car's grip with a new set of Hankook tires. Hankook tires are known for great handling and reliability mile after mile. Together, Hankook Tires and CJ's are your winning team. So whatever your vehicle needs, an oil change, state inspection, brakes, alignments, or Hankook Tires, trust CJ's Tires and Automotives in Fairless Hills. CJ Tires and Automotives. They really are better, faster, and more affordable.
Into the top of the 6 we go. Crook's day is done. Michael Gomez coming out. Interesting, they didn't let him finish, but that happens a lot now with guys just coming back into things. You don't want to overdo it on their arms, and so that's why we see more pitchers than usual. He went 5 clean innings, allowing no hits, 2 walks though, and striking out 8 for a total of 75 pitches. And as I said, Michael Gomez coming out. He's had 8 appearances, 11 1/3 innings pitched, and he'll send the first offering into Guthrie. Both of them being outside, as now I finally get to see what the first pitch was. And it's 3 straight balls from Michael Gomez. And this time he'll get him at the knees for a called strike. On the 11th, Gomez gave up a bases-loaded walk as New Hampshire walked it off. Guthrie charging, trying to get the first hit, but it'll go down 4-3 in your scorebooks as it was deep in the hole at second. And man, he was on the run there. He was trying to get to first in time. You got to give him props for hustling there. And so 1 away now for the Fightins as we head back to the top of the order with Daniel Brito. Back in 2019, Gomez played in 3 different organizations, and they're ones you might recognize because he was initially signed by the Phillies as an undrafted free agent back in 2018. And then when he was released over the offseason, he signed as a free agent with the Yankees this winter in February. And he never made it to Double-A Reading, so you might not recognize him as much. But he didn't spend time between Williamsport and Lakewood and Clearwater back in 2019, where he had a 1.15 ERA and 2 saved. And now it'll be a single from Daniel Brito, a line drive to center field. It's going to drop. And Daniel Brito has broken up the no-hitter here. He's recorded the first hit for Reading. And he'll be runner on here with just 1 away in the top of the 6th. Let's watch that bat. He just pokes it right down in front of Beltre in center. And he's safe on first. And now the first offering to Scott. It's a strike. And we'll see what the rookie can do here. It's inside this time. Fightins have a runner on here in the top of the 6th inning. They are down by 6, but there's only 1 out here, but it is a 7-inning game. And the offering is drilled up the line at third. It's going to stay fair. It is. And Bryson Stott coming into second, but he's going to stay at first, I believe. And Stott with another hit here today, 2 on the day, and a perfect piece of hitting as he ropes it up the third baseline, but it stays fair, and Brito able to get over to third as the Fightin's threatening here with 1 away in the top of the 6th, and Stott looks absolutely pumped to record more of a solid hit than his first one. Not that his first one wasn't legitimate, it was, but wasn't the most exciting piece of hitting. So now safe at first. He's got a good one. And Jorge Bonifacio up at the plate with 2 runners on and 1 out. He'll take a ball outside. Good block there by Lopez. And he'll drill one again up the third base line. This time it's into the glove of Berth. They're going to go 5-4. And then Garcia not able to hold on to the ball at first. They could have got a double play to end the inning, but they don't, as the ball pops out of his glove. And Gamboa able to score, so the Fightins get their first run of the game off of the bat of Bonifacio. And the inning's going to continue because Bonifacio is safe on first. I guess maybe they'll record that as a fielder's choice. Not sure if they're going to give the error there to Garcia or not. But Stott out at second. And here is Nick Matera. And he'll chop it up the middle. This time it's into the glove of Dunn. He'll go for the easy out of second. And the sign will be retired, but not before the Fightins get their first couple of hits and their first run in the top of the 6th. As we head into the bottom half, it's 6-1 Somerset.
Better pitching, faster base runners, and more runs batted in usually beats the competition. At CJ's Tire and Automotive, better selection, faster service, and more affordable options always beats the competition. When it comes to tires, CJ's MVP choice is a new set of Falken tires. Falken tires are known for handling, reliability, and value. And for more than 50 years, CJ's has been helping customers find the right tires at the right price. Together, Falken Tires and CJ's are a winning team. Stop in any time at your local CJ's or shop online at cjtires.com. CJ Tires and Automotive. Better, faster, and more reliable.
We've been privileged at ROG Orthodontics to be part of the local community for over 60 years, creating generations of fantastic smiles.
We're honored to be voted the #1 orthodontist year after year, and proud to be the top Invisalign provider in the region.
We passionately believe we're changing lives every day right here in the community where we live.
We offer interest-free, flexible payment plans
and provide monthly scholarship programs for free braces.
Be sure to check out our magnet contest to win free braces.
We love seeing our patients' successes, knowing we had a part in changing lives.
One fantastic smile at a time.
Savage 61 is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoy an R-Phil's game, great food, music, and entertainment. The team will play as Los Luchadores de Reading Latino Tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage 61 Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all your automotive needs.
And it's going to be Zach Warren who comes out again in relief. And his first offering to Dunn is a called strike. Bottom of the 6th here. Fightin's trail 6-1. They did score 1 in the top half. And sending it to center field is done. There to make the catch, Gamboa. And it's an F8 in your scorebooks as 1 is retired. Max Burt heading up to the dish for the 3rd time. This game, he's 0 for 2. And it's just outside. 1-0. Warren has spent a lot of time in the closer role, has become more of a late inning reliever, and kind of an innings eater recently. But pretty adjustable, just not out of the start. And he sends 2 straight balls into Max Burt. Here's the offering. And he sends it into right field. Bonifacio on the run. He makes the catch. And it looked like it had a lot to it, but then it just faded down the stretch. Aaron Polensky now. Warren sat down the Patriots 1, 2, 3 in the 5th. We'll see if he could do it again in the 6th. He seems like a guy that really takes the game mentally. You can see him pacing around the mound when he throws a ball. He always pretty much takes a trip around. You don't see a lot of guys come completely off the dirt of the mound, but Warren does. Haven't had a chance to talk about how he works his game pitch to pitch, at bat to at bat, and outing to outing, so that'll be something we can hopefully discuss. As he gets a called strike to Polensky, the count now 1-1. And this one coming in the dirt. It's 2-1. Fightins will have one last opportunity to bat in the top of the 7th, as this is just a 7-inning contest, game 2 of the doubleheader. There'll be a game tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I'll be on the airwaves with you for the final game of this 6-game stretch before the Fightins return home from the 8th to the 13th. And sending it to shallow center field on the run, Bonifacio there again to make the grab, and 3 fly balls, 3 outs. Warren getting the job done once again, and as we add into the top of the 7th, the Fightins trail 6-1.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530. The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Into the top of the 7th we go. The Fightins trail 6-1 over the Patriots. This is going to be their last inning to bat, as it's just a 7-inning contest. Stokes, Tatum, and Gamboa here to lead us off. And it does look like it's going to remain Gomez here. And he'll send in a ball to Madison Stokes. Fightins 1 run on 2 hits, and they've made 1 error. All of that offense coming in the top of the 6th. Somerset 6 runs on 4 hits, most of that offense coming in the bottom of the 4th. And it's 3 straight balls from Gomez to Stokes here in the top of the 7th with nobody out. And he sends it inside. And it will be a walk. So Stokes walked on 4 pitches from Gomez here to start off the top of the 7th. The Fightins have a base runner early. First offering to Tatum, it's outside. Runner on first here in the top of the 7th with nobody out, and the offering by Gomez inside again. He's thrown 6 straight balls, and now he'll get a visit from Lopez. And I'd appreciate it if they give me the game, as it seems a called strike has come in to Tatum. They were showing me scores around the league, which I feel like isn't quite as important as what's going on in the field, just my opinion. But nevertheless, back to game action as Tatum chops one slowly up the middle, and it's going to be sent across the diamond just in time, but he hustled down the first base line, and Stokes off to second. And we see the replay. The throw was in fact in time, but Fightin's now a runner in scoring position with just 1 out here for Archimedes Gamboa. And he'll send one right down the middle to Gamboa. No balls, 1 strikes. After seeing Stokes mainly at first base these past couple of games, he returns to the outfield, taking over in left, and a ball comes in way inside to Gamboa. And it looks like, are they taking another mound visit? They are, to get on the same page. It's just the catcher coming out to Gomez. And now he'll return back to his spot behind the plate. And here's the offering, a check swing there from Gamboa, but he doesn't go around. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. It's definitely rally time for the Fightins here. They're down by 5, but they have a runner in scoring position with just 1 away. And Archimedes Gamboa is up at the plate. The offering is low for a ball. Sent high in the sky, but it'll be foul, and the count is now full as a strike tally is added to Gamboa, and the kids are fighting up the third base line for a foul ball. Lots of unhappy kids over there. Who knew an Archimedes Gamboa foul ball would be such treasured gold? And here's the payoff pitch. This time it's gonna drop. Oh, it's a basket catch. No, he's not able to hold on to it. And it's not caught as the ball escapes everybody, and a heads up base running there by Stokes to make his way over to third. I would have said if that dropped, it would have been a hit, but since he had it completely in his glove and then it got behind him, we'll see how they're going to score it. And when he threw it in, he didn't throw it to anybody out and left. He just threw it kind of back towards the mound area, and nobody got it. And that's when Stokes moved from second to third, when the ball was like 2 feet away from him, but nobody else was. So runners on the corner now with 1 out for Luke Miller. Grounded out both times to short today. And the offering right down the middle. So it's no balls and 2 strikes. He was 0 for 3 in game 1. And he'll chase at a fastball that gets away from him. And that'll be out number 2 as Miller goes down swinging. The hopes reside on Dalton Guthrie here as the Fightins down to their final out. They do have runners on the corners, but they trail by 5 here in the top of the 7th. They still haven't officially recorded that Gamboa hit as a strike comes into Guthrie. In my opinion, it would be a hit, it would be a single, and then Stokes advanced on the throwing error by the left field. That is Zenner out there in left. And they're not going to give anybody an error. They're just going to say it's single, and Stokes advances to third, which is not really what happened, but nevertheless, Gamboa deserved that single for sure. And here's the offering, chopped, foul by Guthrie, and the count moves to 1-2. It can be tough to score these games, especially when there's wacky plays like that, and obviously the score remains unbiased, so I definitely think it's a challenging role, especially this year. Managers are not allowed to argue as Guthrie pokes that one up the middle, fielded by the shortstop. He'll go for the force out at second with Gamboa coming across, and that'll be that for the Fightin' Phils as they fall in game 2, 6-1 to the Somerset Patriots. Game number 6 tomorrow. There's always another day of baseball, and I'm happy to bring it to you. I'll be live on the remote call at 1 o'clock as the Fightins take on the Somerset Patriots for the final game in that 6-game stretch. Then they return home for 6 here at First Energy Stadium when they take on the Hartford Yard Goats, which is the Rockies affiliate. But the final score, Somerset 6, Reading 1. Thank you so much for joining me on the air, Emily Messina, on the call tonight. Appreciate your support.